There are different types of reptilians amongst them. Their masters, the Anunnaki elite, are not the Dukas. Like anything associated with the Anunnaki, there is a rigid, inequitable and regimented class structure amongst the Dukas. The reptilians or Dukas were sent by their masters, the Nephilim or Elohim, to fight in wars with other alien races, and to serve as their spies, bodyguards and police force. There are many factions amongst the Anunnaki. One of the most bitter enemies of the Dukas call themselves the Perseers, a group of aliens called Vulturites. They are called Vulturites, not because they look like vultures, as some have claimed. In fact, they don't look like that at all. Ironically, the Perseers are just a different faction of the Anunnaki race. However, the Dukas reptilians and the Perseers Vulturites have always been bitter enemies even to this day. The descendants of these two groups are now on Earth vying for supremacy of the world. Many of these are currently in political, financial, scientific, religious, legal, medical, especially in blood banks, entertainment, military, agrarian or commercial positions, and also in the sex industry. Most of these aliens are not consciously aware of their alien origins. The Anunnaki are flesh and blood, biological beings with abounding pride, arrogance, uncontrollable urges for adult and child sex partners whether they be willing or forced participants, and they have a great appetite for conquest and control. This warlike race has an insatiable thirst for control of other beings, and dominion over other races, and the less privileged classes of the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki developed and imposed complex, oppressive caste and gender systems. They are misogynists. That was why they eliminated the worship of the Divine Mother, of the early people on Earth whom they conquered when they arrived. There was so much resistance to the elimination of the worship of the Divine Mother, that the Anunnaki set up replacement mothers for various cultures such as the Earth Mother, Mother Nature, and thereafter further corrupted the Divine Mother's image by falsely attributing her with lustful, vengeful and jealous qualities. The interpretation of Kali is one of those false attributes. Now, due to the effects of the passage of Planet 10, the Earth and the planets and moons of our solar system were severely affected. Nibiru too suffered great damage as a result of this celestial collision. This caused the Anunnaki to come to Earth, in search of a permanent home. But did they really come to search for physical gold, as Sitchin hypothesizes? Oddly, gold is not a native mineral to Earth, so the Anunnaki would not be expecting it on Earth. Nor did they come to Earth, to mine for gold to make a shield to protect their ailing atmospheric conditions, on Nibiru as some myths state. What appears in space is really the shadow of Nibiru, many light years away. However, the Anunnaki were delighted to find gold on Earth because they used it for ornamentation. They also created many slaves to mine the gold, and they used many of the Anunnaki lower classes to do the same. Since their home, Nibiru, was destroyed, the Anunnaki elite and their cadre of attendants were forced to become transient, and with the majority of them living in a huge spacecraft like a city that orbited the Earth. By then, the other Anunnaki races were already placed in different worlds that they had conquered, including Earth, Mars, and the rest of our solar system. They were also interspersed throughout the Orion and the Pleiades systems. Thus it can be seen that the Anunnaki are extraordinarily powerful and they were feared by many. The Anunnaki elite and those who were permitted to travel moved from the orbiting spacecraft in smaller shuttlecrafts to visit Earth below. They also sent freighter-class crafts to Earth for commercial and military purposes.